The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 20th day of August, 2021, and my mother's birthday. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications and Linders. I'm Jamal Hartman, along with Michaela Ian and Sherry Vanderpool, who's just part of the family again after that Somerset stuff last month. Folks. So we can be nice to her again for the next 10 months, probably. But then
we'll see how I make out today.
Yeah. It's that kind of blue that you got on today that's a bit bothersome, but we're gonna leave you alone.
I see a little bit of red and blue in your shirt.
You're talking to me?
No, to Jamal.
It's the lighting.
Okay.
It's the lighting. It's the lighting.
Okay.
Leanna's gonna be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break. But Sherry, we only get to see you once a week. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can't complain. Had a busy week, work, house guest, and all of that good stuff. So
House guest.
Yes.
So we shouldn't feel bad, Michaela, about Sherry not coming to dinner or not. It's just her company. I mean,
she didn't invite us.
Yeah.
You should feel bad. And Jamal's been living down the road for like how long? I'm not going to talk about Shanta.
Oh wow.
These shades. She's choosing violence.
Yeah, because everybody's just forgot about me. Everybody has just forgot about me.
I mean, I think you brought it on yourself being a Somerset fan. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. Another good one today as we welcome Shi-Vaughn Lee of Dove and Butterfly. She's stopping by. Looking forward to this conversation. The ladies are big fans. So real quickly about Dove and Butterfly.
Yes.
I didn't.
Drop comes today.
See, I didn't know what it was because I just saw the social media craze and I was like, is it an ice cream bar or whatnot? And then people were like looking at me like I was stupid. And I'm just like, sorry for not being on Instagram and social media like that. But I have not seen a craze like this in Bermuda. Like I just haven't. I haven't.
Listen.
So it must be some good stuff, huh?
It's some good stuff. And I think that we are in this era of obviously young Bermudian entrepreneurs, but also Bermudians stepping away from that like competition thing and embracing it and being like, we're supporting our own. And I love it.
Yeah. And I got introduced to it just like, trying to support
from me. Yeah. From me talking about it. That's how you found out, right?
Really? Wow.
Listen, I'm in a great mood today.
I see. Wow. No, I didn't. But nevertheless, I gifted a friend of mine and I wanted to have all female Black entrepreneur items in her gift bag. And one of those items about a year ago was Dove and Butterfly. Before you had to like set alarms, grease up your fingers, remember your credit card number. Like it's crazy.
We will get to the Dove and Butterfly conversation, folks. But obviously, you can see it's a craze even on this show. The Daily Play, we're not doing a few today. Apparently, the question that I originally had yesterday from Michaela will be asked because I got some calls. I was in some conversations. They're like, no, yesterday was just too easy. So, Sherry, it's a 3-in-1 question today. And I'm going to say, I think I might stump you both. So
you won't. He's just mad because I answered his question yesterday in 0.2 seconds. That's all.
I can't remember the question. I know
it was where did Charles Jefferson II, where was he before he came to Bermuda?
Yes.
And I was
yes.
like, Baltimore.
Yeah.
But
Baltimore.
what was but what was that song that you missed? I think that was Marvin. I'm just saying.
Listen, it's been a week, Sherry. It's been a week.
She always misses the songs. But guys, we got to get to the topic of the day. Here's the question. Let's just get right to it. How would you react if your employer told you that you needed to be fully vaccinated to remain employed? That's the question today for everyone. Pretty much, I'll just be very direct. We got something. The NHL is pretty much new protocols, and they my job basically said, everyone needs to be fully vaccinated. It's interesting, I'll say, but I don't know. A lot of people just feel like they would resign, and I'm going to be honest with you, Michaela, and I might have discussed it publicly the other day. I just don't see a lot of people who are saying a lot of things standing firm or strong. Ice cream melts in heat, and I really think when it gets hot in the kitchen, I think a lot of people are going to start melting. But that's the question of the morning. How would you react if your employer told you that you needed to be fully vaccinated? What you thinking, Sherry?
Well, it's hard for me to comment on that in the sense of like I'm already vaccinated, so it is what it is. Right now, I work from home, so it doesn't really matter too much. But if I wasn't vaccinated, I think I would have. I possibly would have an issue with it. And we spoke about this before. What are the other options? Are we going to be able to be tested weekly? Is it what has been consulted to move forward? So I don't know. I don't know.
What's your thoughts, Kales?
I mean, I'm just thinking about it from a scientific point of view, right? So if you have an office full of people and everyone is vaccinated, the likelihood of COVID spreading rampant and people getting sick is very minimal, right? So I get it from that point of view. I understand it. I just feel as though we are encroaching on this weird position where people's freedoms are being taken away. And that is concerning, but I do understand it. I do understand why employers are taking this stance because, again, we talk about it all the time. We have to live with COVID. It's not going anywhere. And if more people being vaccinated means less variants being mutated, then that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean that should be the goal. We will get to Dove and Butterfly. Paula John says, I work in HR, so it'll be interesting to see what people actually do as opposed to what they said they would do about it. Go ahead, Sherry.
I think there's a lot of people vaccinated just ain't saying nothing. You got people
Listen,
that jammed up and not saying anything. But like Michaela, I agree with the differences of it and the science of it and your rights. And that's why I said, what are the options? And like we spoke before when we were talking about CNN and all of those places, someone has to have consulted a lawyer, has consulted different persons to make that statement. The other thing is if you're able to work from home, why would that even be put out there?
Yeah. So I think it's for people who have to, so like for the CNN one, it was people who need to be in the office and out in the field because obviously CNN are, people, reporters, producers, etc. So when you have to be around other people, as in your coworkers and other random people, it's a protection thing, right?
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I hear you, Michaela, but I don't think science has proved what you said right yet. And I think that's the concern people have. It's been.
What do you mean about the variants?
No, about the part where you said that it'll make us safer, and Rick Olsen echoes what you're saying. I would feel safer, and that it'll make people less sick. I mean, that's been said, right? But have they really shown that that's been true? Now, I said it from jump. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that I think that's what people's arguments would be. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. That's what I think. And I think we have to remember, and a lot of people seem to forget how vaccinations actually work. I had to remind myself by reading up on it because, I mean, obviously I'm not an epidemiologist or anything. But we have to remember the reason that we have all these variants is because non-vaccinated people are getting COVID and their body is creating a new mutated strain, and then they're passing that on to other people. That's how it works. If I'm understanding it correctly.
Well, I'm no epidemiologist, but we did have the epidemiologist come by last night, right, Leanna? we will be getting direct quotes from her going forward, I hope, right, Lee? But Renee Charlene Simmons says you can request an exemption letter from your physician. So what does the exemption? What are the requirements to get one?
I think that's like a health. It's something to do with your health. Like if you were to get the vaccine, your health would be severely
And see,
adverse or whatever.
this is my other issue. Like, how many doctors are going to be able to provide these exemption letters for what real reasons? You know what I mean? So then we go travel down a road of that being an issue. Like, are we really accepting one because this Dr. Hartman gave out 20 last week? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like we
Yeah.
start entering into this thing that, you know, we're going to end up putting ourselves in a situation that, you know, that different employers are like, okay, we're not going to accept one from Dr. Hartman because he
Yeah.
already gave 5 out to somebody else. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
I just think it's very tricky. It's a very slippery slope. But I will say the powers that be are always going to do that which they deem necessary. And we as people, unless we're going to stand firm with conviction, which we don't, it is what it is.
Let's go to the comments. We have a lot. I'm Sherry, Bermuda Girl, and Rick Olson.
Here in, what's this, DE Hospital?
Delaware?
Delaware, that's what I thought, are requiring it. And if we're not, you are required to pay for your weekly testing out of pocket.
Wow.
There have been several businesses closed by the health department because one person tested positive and went to work. Who can afford that? And
That's
that is
crazy.
true.
But Rick, I hear what you're saying, but people can still be positive of the virus. So even if everyone in a place of a business is vaccinated, they still shut down. No, if someone tests positive, I'm pretty sure that would be the case. So I don't think.
No, he's saying someone who's positive and then goes to work.
Yeah, but
that's
what
he's saying. That's a little different.
No, but I get that. But even if they're positive and go to work, they're still and they're vaccinated. The situation doesn't change. Is my point.
Well, that person should get a fine.
Well,
you're putting everyone else's health at risk. Like,
Yeah.
let you come to work positive, and yeah, we'll have a problem.
Yeah,
they shut down my office for 2 weeks.
Let's get through all these guys, please.
Yeah.
Laverne Amanda Kelly.
I would get it. I actually just got the 1 shot. As a child, we all got our shots to get into school with very little fuss. Kind of agree with that. By the way, I am healthcare as a chaplain. Getting the flu vaccine was mandatory. I see it the same way. Yeah.
Chikarena says, isn't it more about business continuity? It's disruptive when people are out sick. Well, that's a great.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go back to the comment I think Amanda just said about she got her shots when she was young. Well, I also had shots, but I didn't comply. I didn't have a choice. I didn't get consent. That said, though, honestly, I think the strongest argument against the vaccination for COVID-19 is that it's new and we just don't know what it is. And when I say new, folks, they've been working on stuff like this for years. I'm not saying new as if they just came up with it. I mean new as if they, it seemed like it just came so fast. But what I said to someone last night, and this is what really bothers me about the whole I'm not getting vaccinated, it's not FDA approved. Folks, since when did you care about the FDA? That's one. Number two, how many lawsuits have been filed against things that were FDA approved? It's like just shifting the goalposts and doing what politicians do.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. That's the argument that kills me. I get so irritated. I'm like, you all want to take weight loss supplements and flat tummy tea and whatever. None of these things are FDA approved. None of it. But you do it anyway.
And then you jump on the bandwagon. You have people that have been not doing vaccines for years. And those are the people that I understand where they're going from with this, because it's not something that to do. But all the people that are jumping on board, I have an issue with.
Oh,
because you've been jabbed up and sauced up for years.
Hello.
You can get a medical or religious exemption from the vaccine, and unvaccinated people have to pay their own rapid test for after October, $40 twice per week.
Simmons says, in my opinion, you don't have a choice, but may have options that can be considered when you're an employee and your employer is saying that you must be fully vaccinated. Yeah, that choice is to leave the job if you're really against it. Terry Too Cool says, we need an updated convo with the epidemiologist. Well, Terry, she came by last night. You could have met her too.
Listen, we should have our own, and we should have Dr. R. Scott back so he can talk a little bit more about this.
We have Renee Birchall for you, Michaela.
Vaccinated people are getting COVID and passing on a full viral load now. Okay, so they aren't dying and getting really sick, but businesses are still being closed because vaccinated people are getting COVID. Hence, the nursery has been closed for the last few weeks.
Yeah. Esther K. Harvey says, it does not stop from getting it or passing it on. It just helps fight it off. But I thought the idea was to lessen the impact.
Exactly. It's very similar to the flu shot. So the whole argument that, you can get a vaccine, but you'll still get COVID, we know that.
Yeah. It's just not to overload our hospital.
Yeah.
You test positive on day 4, but you went to work on day 3 is the absolute issue.
I don't want to say it, but I think that happened to a business last summer and it caused a bunch of confusion. I think there's so much. Let's go through these last two, Sherry, Bobby, and then Leanne.
Help fighting it is the most important part. I bet if one planned a trip to a country that needs a jab verification, I'm sure they wouldn't complain. Listen,
we just talked about this.
I've been saying that. You go show up to government clinic and get your 6 shots for Africa, India, and all of those other countries without a cause. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I think there are a lot of people that I know have been to places recently, and I know you had to get a jab for something. So that I'm gonna put it down to this: they're not anti-vax. And I said this the other night. Not everyone who doesn't want to get the COVID vaccine is anti-vax. They just don't want this one for particular reasons. So I think we have to make that separation. But I think it gets people confuse it when we start talking about vaccines, like we make it plural instead of just speaking about this one. I think the lines are blurred with it. Personally, there are things that would make me leave a job if they implement it, right? I don't think this is necessarily one for me.
You don't think?
I don't think this is one for me, mainly because I was vaccinated months ago, right? So it doesn't really apply to me. That said, I honestly will say this. I love to see people stand up for what they believe in. And if you believe it and you don't want to do it, don't do it. But what I always say, with everything I've stood for in my life, there were consequences. And if it's often been said, do not get into politics until you're financially straight.
Yep.
Well, the same with activism. And if this is your fight that you're choosing to take up, please know and understand that it's not that just the current employer that you might be giving up on you or you might be leaving. But most business people have relationships with one another. Take heed.
They do.
Leanna, my sister.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hold on.
Good morning.
How are you so good morning? Like, what's in the coffee?
Can I just say this, because Jamal does so well at throwing us all under the bus, right? This morning, this is how he looked when he came on camera.
I forgot to talk about that. Yes, he looked like Lord help him.
He would have thrown you guys head first. You were supposed to do that as soon as you came on.
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got distracted by Dove and Butterfly.
Hold on.
It's a good distraction. It's a good distraction.
You're gonna tell that part. Tell him why. I was like, and I still am, but I'm
because he had Heineken's and not Heineken Zeros.
I was just about to say because he had Heineken Zeros. Like,
Heineken
rough this morning.
Heineken Zeros would do it to you, folks. I'm telling you, they'll do it to you. It was a very good night. But Lee, I know you've got some stuff to share in your news break. So over to you, my sister. Bust through it.
Thanks, Jamal, Michaela, and Sherry, and TGIF to all of those who are tuned in with us this morning. It is finally the end of the week, and I hope everyone is having a great start to their day. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for our Daily Hour news break. So here's what's going on in today's top stories. We are now in day 4 as bus services remain sidelined despite hopes that a resolution had been found into the ongoing public transport dispute. Now, on Wednesday night, following late night negotiations, an agreement was expected to be rubber stamped in a union vote yesterday morning, with drivers returning to work by noon. However, at 3 p.m. yesterday, services had still not resumed, and there was no sign of activity at the Hamilton bus station. Government has yet to provide any update on the situation, although we understand the issue has been sent to arbitration. Lawrence Scott, Minister of Transport, was to hold a press conference at 4 p.m. yesterday, but it was canceled. The union, on the other hand, issued a statement saying that the agreement was ratified by drivers at the meeting, but no explanation was given as to why services had not resumed. The Bermuda Industrial Union is apparently expected to hold a press conference this morning. In other news, police have shut down suggestions that drugs were found on island beaches after a video was posted on social media. Now, the video, which surfaced months ago and quickly made its rounds on social media and WhatsApp chat groups, showed what appeared to have been wrapped packages, possibly containing an illegal drug found on a beach at an undisclosed location. Now, police say that after reviewing the footage and making inquiries, officers were sure that the footage was not shot on island, and they were satisfied that the incident did not take place in Bermuda. Meanwhile, a government-run program that gave Bermudian students internships ended last week with 2 career guidance webinars. The Department of Workforce Development's Summer Employment Program put 75 students in summer placements across the government, private, and nonprofit sectors. The students were encouraged to develop their leadership and decision-making skills over the summer. In addition to first-hand experience in their fields, the students were given a $5,000 stipend over a 12-week duration of the program. Minister of Labor Jason Hayward said the experience was integral to the future success of the participants. And 4 Bermudian referees have been selected to officiate at the Caribbean Football Union Boys and Girls Under 14 Challenge Series in the Dominican Republic from August 22nd to the 29th. Assistant referees Natasha Trott, Amory Majors, Clinton Hayward, and Stephen Maybury fly out today and have been praised on their selection by Cranston Williams, chairman of the Bermuda Referees Association. He said that the 4 have worked extremely hard these past 18 months to ensure that they were accepted, and they have shown the desire and hunger that is required to become an elite FIFA official. Mr. Williams said the committee is optimistic that new additions will be made to the FIFA list in 2022. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 87 and a low near 81 degrees. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of an early passing shower. High pressure maintains the largely dry and settled theme through the weekend and beyond, with plenty strong sunshine. Light to moderate southeast breezes will gradually veer into the southwest. However, it will be another sunny day. That's all for our daily hour news break. Let's head back to Jamal, Michaela, and Sherry in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
Thanks so much for that, Lee. And how's your birthday week been?
It has been a week, but I have to say it's been a great birthday weekend, everything. It's not over yet. I'm in a wedding tomorrow that I almost forgot about because of birthday week.
You're in it, and you forgot.
I almost forgot because I was so caught up in birthday celebrations. I almost forgot I was in a wedding, but I've got to go get a COVID test now to be in the wedding. So
yeah, don't be a rule breaker. Go do your thing, girl. Go do your thing. Enjoy the rest of your birthday week. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you again next week.
Bright and chipper.
All righty, folks. Before we go to the, she is such a breath of fresh air. Before we go to break, just want to give a shout out to my mother. My dear mother, thank you for all you've done. A life full of sacrifice for the ones you love, especially your children on this day as we celebrate another year of life with you. I wish you healthier and happier days ahead. Happy birthday to you, my love. Darlene Hopkins' birthday, 60th birthday today. So show mom some love, folks. If you got her on social media, give her a big shout and a big hug. All right? We're going to take a break.
Birthday.
Happy birthday. We won't sing for her because,
Yeah, I don't think it went.
Yeah.
You guys were so horrible. We're gonna take a quick break before they say come.
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
We're welcoming back the often featured Whole Food veterans Bragg Live Food Products, renowned for their live probiotic organic raw cider vinegar and savory seasonings. Paul Bragg is the man behind the products that has originated health food stores, restaurants, and spas, and promoted nutrition education through the media, helping lay the foundation for the enlightened way we make healthful choices when we shop for and prepare food. This month we're featuring Bragg Organic Raw and Unfiltered Apple Cider Vinegar and Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to the big show. She's Michaela Ian. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindo's, and our friends over at Channel 82, where you can stream this and many other locally produced shows. Without further ado, let's bring our guest for the day. I'm going to ask, is it Shi-Vaughn or Shi-Vaughn Lee? I don't remember calling her that as a young lady, but she's coming to the Dove and Butterfly story. Madam, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and it's Shi-Vaughn.
So I had it.
You were right. Okay,
Yeah,
you were right.
So-
You
so-
were right.
So, is that what your family call you?
Bree, you know the answer. That's why you're
Okay.
smiling.
But I'm not gonna call you that. All right, sister. First off, can I say how proud I am to see it's you doing this. I heard of Dove and Butterfly, and it wasn't until this show was being arranged that I knew it was you that was doing the thing. So congratulations off the bat on doing your thing. It's awesome to see. I need some tips on how to grow a brand from you. But tell the audience, for those who don't know, give us a bit about your background and who you are.
Okay, so my name is Shi-Vaughn Lee. I'm 26 years old. I have did a lot to try and figure out, what I want to do. So I'm now happy to have found that. So a bit about myself. I mean, I'm energetic. I did Bermudians Be Like. That's what a lot of people know me from. Where we did like Bermudian videos talking about how we talk and just how we are. I've been to college. I studied biology, chemistry. I'm a qualified lawyer, a realtor.
Really?
Yeah. And now I have my own business, which I'm probably most proud of.
Hold on. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All that.
You're 26, you said, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I remember. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll take it back. So I remember from Summersfield, you went to Harvard, correct?
Yeah, I went to Work Academy, then I went to Harvard.
And I'm just saying, look, folks, this is what we do. Personally, I remembered, were you studying to be a doctor or a dentist?
Yeah.
And then
I did pre-med, I graduated, and I was like, you know what? In my last semester, I was like, you know what? I really genuinely do not want to do this. I want to do something else. So in efforts to try to do something else, I did something that was similar to that, which was law, because I figured, you have to be a good actor in order to be a good lawyer, vice versa. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go to law school. That'd be my acting training.
I just want half of your brain.
That'd be acting training. You got to memorize the law, which is the lines, and then you got to be able to get in there and perform. And so that's what I took it as, and that's how I did. And also because, we come from Bermuda, so, we value, a lot of people value, I should say, traditional, like work careers.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, balancing, okay, well, the paying for this and not this. So I better go on here and do this, finish this. And then after that, once I got myself to a place where I could do whatever I want, then that's what I did.
Go ahead. Conversation done. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
So for those who are not aware, what is Dove and Butterfly and where did the concept come from?
So Dove and Butterfly came into effect last year, like July. During the pandemic, I was on my phone a lot, really just trying to figure out what do I want to do. After I got called to the bar, I took a gap year, which was interrupted like midway through with COVID. So I went to Atlanta. I took some acting classes because I wanted to act. So I was like, okay, this is not the route and the way that I want to do this. And so then I came back home. I was looking into starting a different business than the one that I have now. And so I had met up with a realtor to try and sort that out. Her name's Still Young. And so she was like, what are you doing? Like, and I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm just like not doing anything right now. And so she was like, oh, you want to come help me? So I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I don't even know what this entails. But at that point, I'm just going with the flow and just trying to figure it out. So, and nothing was off limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was with her for like a year and a half. I got my real estate license and I like it. I still do it sometimes. And during the pandemic, I was on my phone a lot. So then I'm like coming across all these skincare businesses in the States. And I'm like, we don't have that at all here in Bermuda. Like, at least I had never seen it. I would say that I have never seen it. So it may have been her and I never saw it. So I remember I bought a bike because I really didn't have my own trans for real because I was so excited. So I went and bought a bike. And then I remember jumping up, like going to look for all the stuff that I needed to like play around in order to make the shea butter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Bermuda, we don't have nothing, like nothing that I need is her. Like literally nothing. So to be honest with you, when I look back, like how it's all developed is just crazy to me too. Honestly, like even too crazy to put in words, but it's been a journey, I will say that. And I heard you talking earlier before we came on about like the craze and the buzz.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Trust me. We're gonna get there. All right. So we know Dove and Butterfly, you offer body butters, you offer body oils, you offer soap, scrubs, etc. It's all amazing. And then when you do your restock, so for those who aren't aware, Dove and Butterfly closes. Shi-Vaughn closes her website, and then when she's ready, she opens it back up, and it's a legendary restock. Okay. So I, along with Sherry and many other people, set alarms to ensure that I can get what I want when the site opens. What's your strategy behind this? Because like everybody want to know.
To be honest, it was no strategy. It's like literally just me. I didn't research nothing about marketing. Like
I love it.
I didn't research anything. I literally just did me. So I like to make videos. That's what I was doing. So I did videos in my similar fashion. And I just kept posting. Like TikTok was very informative as to like, what types of things to post. And that's another thing. I listened to Steve Harvey a lot in the beginning to get to where I am now. But yeah, I didn't research no marketing or nothing like that. It just kind of like develop word of mouth. And like I said, Bermudians be like probably helped me because people know me from that.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I think like everything that we do leads us to where we're supposed to be in some form or fashion.
So you kind of like Steve Jobs did then, because Steve Jobs is famous for saying, I don't believe in market research. I don't believe in asking people what they want. I believe in creating what they need. That was his thing. He and right now in Bermuda especially, we live in a space where everything is like market research, instead of just, to me, the most creative people don't need market research to be.
It's just like, here's what you need.
And I think that's the thing. I wasn't trying to like sell people something, if that makes sense. Although I do, it was like that wasn't my thought process in the beginning. How can I strategize to get people to buy it? No, I just put it out there and they like it. And so,
awesome.
Can I just interject before your next question, Kayla? Here's the thing. What I really, I'm fascinated and really love about what she's saying. A lot of people think that mass market is the way to go, right? So they put it in this Facebook group or that group or this and that, right? I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen Butterfly mass market. I've never seen you do that. I've seen you use your own platform to do that.
Mhm.
I always used to say to people, no, that's not how it works. You don't have to be everywhere. Everybody is not your customer.
Yes.
Everybody is not your customer. And so for a young Bermudian, like you've got people over almost 50, 60 still don't understand how this works. And like just saying, it's easier than we think. But the problem is everyone's trying to be popular rather than
And I think the key is definitely to just do you.
Mhm.
Like full stop. I don't really care what X is doing or what Y is doing. I literally like don't even know what they're doing because I don't pay attention to it. And I don't see it, to be honest with you. But yeah, people just have to kind of just do them. Like I don't sponsor ads or anything like that. And I don't knock people that do, but when it comes up on my like on my personal feed, I'm like, it's like you're trying to get my attention, so I don't want it.
Right.
You know, it's like you're trying to force me to want what you have. Mind you, having people see your stuff is key, but I don't think that I wouldn't sponsor anything in order for people to see.
Right. Because it's very organic, and that's the beauty of it.
That's what I love.
Yeah. So I want to kind of switch gears just a tiny bit. So a couple months ago, you hit that 6-figure mark in your business, which is incredible for less than a year with a product-based business. Like that's amazing. So how have you managed to scale, but also maintain the integrity of your products?
So that has been easier than I would have imagined, to be honest with you. I had my first employee, you wouldn't call her employee, she was a student. And I gotta be careful with what I'm saying.
Intern.
Intern. And so once I was showing her, we was figuring it out together, to be honest with you, still figuring it out. So having her help me, it got to a point where like she was making the products probably better than I did, you know, because she was constantly doing it more than I was. So it was like once I saw like, okay, I can trust somebody to make it like me and even better than me. Then that's when I was like, okay, let me Azure, who I have now, and she's like excellent. She makes most of everything. She reached out, and so you know I took her on board, and it's very nerve-wracking like at first because it's like this is mine, this is my baby, you know, and I'm trusting you to not only make it but like know exactly how it's made,
right?
You know, so I've managed to scale it in that way, like, you know, just kind of adding people gradually. And it's often people who I know or know their family, because trusting is very, very difficult for me. But also like sometimes people are like, you know, you want to get people signing confidentiality agreements and this and that. And I understand what they're saying, but at the same time, I also understand that what's mine and for me will always be for me and
exactly
mine. So I don't even, so now I'm like at the point where I would show anybody exactly, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know it's so much more than knowing how to make it to get it the way it is. So
but
it's
also
like,
it's no, absolutely, but it's also like it's your special sauce. Nobody can do it like you.
Right.
Like you can give somebody the recipe, but they can't do it like you. They can never duplicate you.
It's like cooking, like, you know, like I can't do some things that is, you know, on a recipe. So I mean, and eventually, I mean, I got a space now, which is like perfect. So I can afford to have more people in my space, because at first it was like out of my house. And you don't want like just random people in your house like that, number one. And number two, like I wanted to separate home and work, because I was getting to the place where it's like I'm laying in my bed. Oh, let me get up and do this. Oh, let me get up and do this. Whereas now I can't necessarily. I mean, I can get up and do this, but I have to get up, drive down the road to do it. So I mean, eventually I want to get to a place.
Go ahead.
Eventually I want to get to a place where it's like it's rolling, you know, like I don't necessarily want it to continue to be like restock. I kind of want it to be rolling, and I'm trying to do that, but it's really difficult. Like no matter how much product is made, it's so difficult to have it rolling like that, which I'm not complaining about. It's fine, but you know, I do think eventually, like maybe next year, hopefully I could get it to a place where it's like all rolling.
Right.
Well, I was
It's
gonna
because
say
people have fun
Bermudians.
though.
I was gonna say Bermudians be like, I didn't know you was Leroy's child.
You know,
Went
my
to school with
father.
him. I went to school with him. I don't know if I'm telling my age, but trying to get products like this one,
Oh
trying
geez,
to
she
get
came
products
ready.
Oh
With
like
my
this
god.
one, with like this,
Somerset.
hello, has literally been online race. What can you attribute to the following and the need to purchase? Because I be setting alarms, stalking you on Instagram, sending you messages like
I apologize for her behavior.
don't apologize.
I don't know. Honestly, and this is like I genuinely don't know. I can't tell you how because I don't know. It's just I don't know. Honestly.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It
And
it
maybe part of it
definitely.
maybe part of it is like, you know, like I said, because I was new from Bermudians, be like, I think that's one part. And then second part is like people like it.
Yes, because it's quality. It's
Right.
It is.
So it's
excellent.
like they actually do like it. It's not like, oh, it's her, so let me just get it. It's like
Right.
they
Oh
probably
yeah.
like genuinely like it because I know for sure I wouldn't be spending my money on something that I don't like. I don't care if it's Beyonce.
Right.
Like if I
Yes.
don't like it, I'm not buying it. So
But it's
I
two
think
different the two things you're touching on. One is the power of a brand you created prior, right? But
yeah.
then the most important part which you're addressing right now, and I think they both echo, is quality. Like and folks, what the lesson from this is you don't just go out and start a business and expect people to support you because of your brand or they know you. Like she just said, Beyonce could produce something. If it's not quality, she's not getting it. But I think for so long in Bermuda, we've had this thing where people should support us because I'm a Black Bermudian or because I'm my family or a friend. No, if you don't, I don't expect my boys to watch this show in particular because they're not into talk, right? So I'm not hating or disliking them or mad at them. This is for people who love what we do. So no, go ahead, Sherry. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I live abroad now, and I'm just on it. I have friends out here that I've introduced it to as well. So tell me, what trials and tribulations have you found on the way? Because I'm sure that it has been some.
To be honest, I think I've been very, and I don't really want to speak out of turn because I don't need nothing come up against me or trials and tribulations. But I think I've been very blessed in the sense that it's kind of been pretty smooth. You know, like you get the issues with shipping, maybe like Christmas time. I really didn't understand at that point the fact of how far in advance I should be ordering. So I would say that was probably the biggest one. So I was like, Christmas time, I was waiting on a grapeseed oil, which I use in the body butters, and everything came except the grapeseed oil. So it's like, oh my God, like what the heck am I about to do? So I ran around People's Pharmacy, and I was able to get some grapeseed oil. Like I probably bought all the rest that they had, but it's like that cost me. You know what I mean? Like that costed me to do that. So I would say that's honestly the only trial and tribulation. I think everything else has been pretty smooth. And I write everything down, and it's like, and whatever I think, I know will come to pass. And sometimes, and most times, it's like sooner or better than like I would have thought. But that even like in the beginning, I was listening to Steve Harvey like a lot, and everything that he said is like what I do, and I think that's been responsible too for like where I am now because I didn't have the mindset, 2 years ago, the mindset I have now that whatever I think or whatever I want to do, I can.
And
Love it.
mindset is very important, very important. As you see, where do you see your brand and company going or becoming? I see you went from your apartment to Devil's Hill, where I can stalk you very
Yes.
often when I am him. So where do you see it going? Because that is a great space.
It is a great space. And it's good. It's great for right now too, but obviously eventually I would anticipate that the buzz would be beyond Bermuda. And so that's what I'm working toward now, is like getting it her, but also beyond her, so that it's like worldwide. And so in 5 years, I mean, I really can't speak on that. I haven't written down or even thought about the 5 year plan. I think that's so far out. But I would hope that in 5 years that we are like literally really, really global, like, and on a rolling basis, so it's not restock like. But I mean, Moon Cosmetics, which is like, a brand that I look up to, she's bigger than big, and she still has to do a restock. And I guess it makes sense, and it's easier because you are making it by hand, so it's not like it's something where we could just be out here mass producing in a day. It does take time. But yeah, I mean, I would have more people on board and a better process in place, for all of this. And speaking back actually on the challenges, I think the hardest part is probably like the paperwork. It's a lot of legal. It's a lot of legal involved when you are doing this. Like, no, I incorporate it, so it's like a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I don't like when I don't know things at all. So it's just hard.
It's just hard. Law degree.
No, honestly, I can't even do it for myself. That's how much I didn't like it. So it's like waiting on somebody to do that, or like trusting them to do it all, which I do because I just can't. But that's probably the hardest part, because the bank comes back, they want this, and I'm like, what is that? Like, can you just make me a bank account? That's all I
tell me about
it. Yeah, except for too much.
Well, let me ask you this, in wrapping up. You went from your shimmers, you went to body butters, you went to oils, you've gone to shower gels, you got soaps. I see you have, candles in the loom. I see you setting up lights. What other things can we expect to get from Dove and Butterfly as you keep dropping these little bits and pieces?
So candles, they've been a trial and tribulation, I'll tell you that. But they'll be coming soon. You can expect different types of soaps. You can expect spa services soon.
Yes. Oh, I guessed right. Yes.
On the heel.
Yeah. So we turned one of the rooms into like a treatment room. So I'll be opening the booking for that probably like in a week and a half. So I'm excited about that, because like you should be getting facials, once a month, just to get all the gook out. And, it's going to be affordable and still quality, because I've been places and I'm like, why am I paying all this? And this is what, service I'm getting. But I also will be dropping, actually, no, we won't talk about that.
Oh man!
I mean,
she just took it back.
I hate when people do that too. I'm sorry, I hate when people do that, but I'm like, I can't do that. It's too soon. So,
okay.
So you could come back then.
Yeah, when you could come back and drop it. But I want to say this, knowing your family, and this week we had Kaylin Castle on. And she was another young person, but she was very young. I think you two are probably like the same age, right?
We're cousins.
Okay. Well, see, I'm going somewhere with this. It literally watching you both around the radio station when you were very young, right? And seeing you today. And I say this not to make them feel, nervous or shy or anything, but I am impressed. I'm on social media, I observe a lot. And when I see either of you on social media, it's no drama, it's work.
Thank you.
Work,
and honestly, that is key. Like I see the tweets sometimes, like people doing all of that, but I just don't. I mean, I address it sometimes because I am young and I am not going to let you or somebody else think, because I'm still got that in me. Yes, that's why I went to law school, because I do a lot. But I just feel like, I'm going to say what I need to say in the most professional way, which I think I do. And they know that I'm talking to them whenever,
Yes.
You're like these ladies.
No, she does, because people come in on Twitter talking about, oh, wow, the turmeric scrub stains. Spray Clorox spray.
I answered that question.
Wait, Clorox. Like I'm sitting there like, are you like serious? Come on.
Not only that, no, but everybody's entitled, and this is why it's fine, because I feel like you're entitled to speak on that, and then you just give me the opportunity, because maybe somebody else is thinking the same thing. So you give me the opportunity to address it in a way that is productive.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Well, I want to say we got to wrap it up, but I'm extremely proud. Congratulations. Now, I don't think I know this, so forgive my ignorance, and if not, will it happen? Men's products.
I do have men's products, but they've been
Yes,
on
you
hold
have.
because I am trying to find the best oils for the man, which
Okay.
is not as easy as I have been wanting it to be, but I anticipate that like September we would have men's products back.
All right, my birthday is September, so the timing's perfect. The timing's perfect.
Yes.
I'll get you my address. I almost called a Brie. Shi-Vaughn, thank you. Honestly, thank you. And when you drop products and when you've got some things, please keep us in mind. Stop
She has
by.
a drop today.
Yeah, we
There is a drop today, and I
There is a
forgot
drop.
about it. You're right.
It is?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I guess we'll be having you back for the next drop. But I think the audience, I mean, they have enjoyed you. Where can people? Because it was one question, and I know Sherry said Devil's Hill, but where exactly? Laverne Tucker's asking. So proud of this young lady. Where is her shop located?
So it's in Devil's Hill, the old Devil's Hill Aquarium, the bottom part. It's not like a retail store yet. Maybe that's something that's also in the future works. But it's all online. So that's where you could get it. www.doveandbutterfly.com. And at 10 o'clock, we will be live.
Alrighty.
Yes,
Well,
just set an alarm, people, because otherwise you won't get what you want. So like 9:59.
So live on Instagram. What's the
I hit you
Instagram
up,
handle?
Shi-Vaughn.
What's the Instagram handle?
Yes, Dove and Butterfly.
That's simple, folks. At Dove and Butterfly. Shi-Vaughn, thank you so much. And we will be in touch to have you back because these girls, they're in the crib. Have a great one. And tell your father we
Look
said
at her.
hello. Tell your mother we said hello. Tell your family we said hello. All right?
Okay, yeah.
Have a great one.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Man, I'm impressed. I mean,
It's honestly, it's amazing. Amazing.
I mean, what I really, really love, I'm going to tell you what I love the most is, and I bring this up often, but working in tourism was probably the biggest lesson that I ever had. Because as I stated yesterday to Mr. Jeffers, who actually stopped by last night as well, we had the epidemiologist, the CEO.
I missed everything. Jeez.
But what I realized is that when I was in tourism, they focused so much on telling people the numbers, making them believe they were doing a great job rather than doing the work. What I noticed from Kaylin and Shi-Vaughn is that they are actually out here just doing the work, like, and it's speaking to them. Like, that's what I want to see. Don't tell me you're doing a great job. I want to see like Sherry and Michaela saying, man, I'm trying to get that, and there's nothing left. That's how you know. When people are feeling it, that's it. And so I'm impressed. I think Sherry, you're just hilarious by bringing it up and showing the thing. I honestly,
I said I had something for you.
Yeah. And I was trying to ignore the colors, but yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. Don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you show my mom some love. Her 60th birthday, folks. 60.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Stick with us. We'll be right back. I think we should do a giveaway after I stump these two. Stick with us.
Sounds good.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio. Tune in every Tuesday through Sunday at 7 p.m. Bermuda time as we bring you the love, romance, sexiness with nighttime jams. Only on your station for conversations and entertainment. BCG Radio. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Michaela Ian, Sherry Vanderpool, myself, Jamel Hartman. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House Lindo's, One Communications, and all the friends at Channel 82, where you can watch this and many other locally produced shows. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Michaela and Sherry, are you ready?
We
were
are.
born ready.
All right,
We
different.
stay ready.
We've got a repeat of yesterday, folks. Here we go. It's Name That Place. Name all 3 capitals of South Africa.
Of South Africa? Johannesburg. Capitals of South Africa?
Johannesburg is not one. That's the largest city in South Africa, but it's not one of the 3 capitals.
Geography is not my strong point. Come on, Michaela.
I'm totally blanking.
I tell you,
and I know what they are, and I'm blanking. Jesus.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest.
So I'll give you one. Here you go. You would have never guessed this. Here we go.
Bloemfontein.
What? He has an automated. Seriously, Jamal?
Cape Town is one.
Cape Town's one. No.
Pretoria.
Pretoria's one. Cape Town. Pretoria. Durban is not one. I just told you.
Durban's one?
No, I just gave it to you. I just played the audio. Bloemfontein.
Nobody knows what that is. We got 2 out of 3.
No. I said name all 3. So
we got 2 out of 3.
You couldn't even pronounce that.
Exactly. How did that come on like that?
Seriously, come on.
2 out of 3.
You couldn't even pronounce it.
Bloemfontein?
No, you did not.
You had to play the audio because you couldn't pronounce it.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Listen to this.
That's true. But that doesn't mean that you guys got it right. Anyway, the answer
2 out of 3.
Bloemfontein, Cape Town, and Pretoria. Everyone's saying Durban.
I thought Johannesburg was one, to be honest.
Yeah, Joburg, as Tom was saying, is actually the largest city in South Africa. I actually did think, no lie, you guys, I thought that it was one. I knew they had more than one capital, but I thought Joburg was one. I mean, if you've ever been to Johannesburg, it reminds me of New York City. It's going. But
I can't believe he changed up the game because he was getting stumped every week.
Like, I know.
This is what you came up with.
I know. Come on.
So you're not my friends anymore?
I mean,
we'll always can be your friends, but we can call out your shady ways.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that ain't gonna change. No, not Durban. So let's do a little giveaway. So, you know what the hashtag is? The Daily Hour. We're gonna do a hashtag, the Daily Hour, for today's giveaway. Ladies, what are your thoughts on today's show, Sherry?
Oh, I loved every minute of it. I'm not going to talk about the vaccination part, but Dove and Butterfly, you got to love her for the quality that she has, and just the mindset. That was the thing that I took away, is that once her mindset changed, it was, it definitely changed what she had going on. And I love it.
Yeah. Dales, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about vaccines anymore either. So I'm talking about, seriously, no, Dove and Butterfly is absolutely amazing. I, for years now, have made a point to buy as much from Black business as I can. And I'm a firm believer in clean, natural beauty. So the fact that I can buy excellent quality skincare from a Black woman who happens to be a Bermudian woman, and it's natural, sign me up every single time.
Yeah. I'll say this much. I definitely, this week we had a number of good episodes. It was a very good week of conversations. And if you haven't seen them all, please go back and watch them all. I'm learning from young people. I've learned how they've done things. And I think if I can take anything away from this week is put aside the age factor. I know people always feel like you can't learn something from people younger than you. These are doing big things. And I love the way they're doing them. I love the way they're doing them. So on that note, let's do a little giveaway. I'm sure you all will be more victorious than these 2 cheaters just now.
Cheaters? You cheated.
What? I said that a lot. I'm sorry.
The pronunciation, you cheated.
Look, my vocabulary is not expensive.
This shade though, like this is violence from jump. I'm not no Jamal. Well, go run your giveaway. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead.
Let's do the giveaway. Yeah, whatever. Here we go, folks. They love me, you guys. Don't worry. They really love me. I'm like the best big brother ever. Here we go. Let's do the draw. Let's see who is in the winning today. Let's see. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. That's pretty cool. Okay. David Michael Wilson, please send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com.
Yes.
You are today's winner. Just before we go, Daily Inspiration, Michaela, send them off on the weekend with something good.
Yes. Wherever you go with all your heart.
Oh, I love it. And it seems like sometimes it takes heart, not strategy. And
okay.
You know, on that note, again, big happy 60th birthday to my mother. Wishing her healthier and happier days. My friends, I hate this time because this means a few days before we do this again. But the next time we do it, I will not be in Bermuda any longer. But it has been a fantastic week in Bermuda. I couldn't get you to see the ocean behind me. Lighting just didn't work for us. But Sherry will be doing the show from Bermuda soon, I hope. And she can show you some better backgrounds than me. But guys, it's been a pleasure. And if I bumped into you in Bermuda and I haven't spoken, that's because my eyesight's not what it like used to be. It's not that clear and shorty. And if I did speak to you, I probably didn't know it was you anyway. So yeah.
So rude.
Me?
Yes.
Just making excuses while you're ignoring people. Like, geez.
Yeah. Trying to make you feel good. Thanks again to our partners, Metapause, One Communications, and Linda's for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you next week. She's Michaela Ian, Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamel Hartman. My friends, please make it a safe and a great weekend. Peace.
Bye.